Ladies and gentlemen, it's Fun Friday, baby. It's Fun Friday. Now, this is something that I've done because I got curious. I have an acute ability to read things, I have an acute ability to notice things even on a piece of paper. I played this game on my phone that was basically just this case idea, an idea of this case. It's completely fictional. And I got excited and I ended up calling out who was the main culprit from the very beginning. What we are going to do tonight for our Fun Friday is we are going to work together on some fictional or real cases. I think it's better to go fictional because, again, you guys know how I feel about these real cases, but maybe real cases from the past. We're going to jump on our friend ChatGPT and we're going to work through them together. So I'm going to share my screen. I think it's going to be fun. I've done it with Kelsey and it's actually interesting. It keeps your brain going and we're going to work through it as a group and I'm going to do the prompts with you. So I think it's gonna be fun. And it's something that Kelsey and I have done as just something fun and interactive. There was this game that we played that was super long formed and it was super, super intricate and it had a bunch of puzzles and we didn't have time. So I ended up looking it up on YouTube about halfway through and I ended up finding out who it was. And I was right. So I started this game. I told Kelsey that I know who the killer is. I literally messaged her and I said that night, so I had proof, and then I found out that it was. So I thought, you know what? Let me do this on ChatGPT, and I did it, and I kept calling it from the beginning. So I think you guys are gonna like this. It's interesting and keeps your brain going, and it is crazy with some of the stuff. I actually did work one real one, and I called it early on, like very early on for some reason, but then I went into the details just to see, and it turned out being right. But I will just say it. I'll just tell ChatGPT, I'm like, look, I know who it is. So with that being said, let's get into it. Share my screen with you. I think you guys are going to enjoy this. Okay, so we've got options here. We've got options. I'm going to go with, like I said, let's say fictional for now. Okay. Let's go. Case 1, The Vanishing Director. Summary: a Hollywood film director disappears the night before his biggest blockbuster's premiere. His car is found abandoned. 2 miles from his home, door open, engine still warm. Script page torn out. Seat with the words "Final Cut" written in red ink. Oh, gosh. We got Case 2, The Lock Room Heist. A rare diamond stolen. I don't think we care about that. Or Murder at Ashwood Estate. A wealthy tech CEO is found dead in the countryside estate. You guys pick which one. You guys like Hollywood or are you rocking with something else? I low-key like 3. So 3 right here. And I'll remind you, 1 is The Vanishing Director. Ooh, this one, though, leaves way more problems, right? Because we have no idea what's going on. And we've got suspects. Oh, I can't wait, guys. We're going to have fun doing this. Everybody's rocking with 3. All right, we're going with 3. We're going with 3. Pick number 3, my lord. Okay, number 3. Here we go. We're going to get as much information as possible. Okay, the victim's name, Victor Hale, 52 years old. He's a tech CEO, billionaire, ruthless in business, and cause of death, he was poisoned by his drink, collapsed in his study at 11:47 during a thunderstorm. Okay. Crime scene, his country estate, remote, gated, and 3 staff. He had a glass tumbler in his hand, traces of cyanide, safe in his study, forced open, missing classified USB drive. Project Nova. Smartwatch data. Sudden heart spike. Flatline 11:47. Window slightly open despite the storm. Muddy boot prints inside. Security mysteriously shut off between 11:30. Okay, so it's an inside job. We've already calculated this. Easy. Easy. This is calculated inside. You don't get this security cameras. And it's very planned, pre-planned. So we know that. We've got suspects. Elias Stone, business partner. His motive, recently cut out of a $1 billion government contract. Alibi claims he was at a hotel across town, but his credit card shows a gas station purchase near the estate. Oh, they're trying to get me right now. He once threatened Victor in a recorded board meeting. You got Maria Lopez, the housekeeper. Motive, Victor discovered that she was stealing petty cash and planned to fire her. Alibi, she was cleaning with the guest in the guest wing during the murder, but no one confirmed. She was in the house, though. Suspicious. Her fingerprints are on the glass tumbler. Claims she just washed it earlier. Now, would it come off if she washed it? Oh man, I'm already thinking it's Elias. I'm thinking it's Elias up here. Let's go with Derek Hale, estranged son, 24. Motive. Victor cut him out of his will. Derek wanted money for a startup. Alibi claims he was at the bar with friends. Text show he left early around 11. His own boots matching the blood. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go back up for a second. They're all tying one thing here. She's got the glass tumbler fingerprints. I don't think it's Maria. I'm going to go ahead and say it's not Maria. I don't think it's her. Right? Listen, this is ChatGPT, not me. I did not do this. Okay, let's say, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's not Maria. I have a feeling of all people, you could say it's a strange son. It's not. It's going to be Elias. It's going to be Elias. Okay, very simple. Project Nova isn't just a business. It contains secret research into a military AI tech. This is the twist during the storm. Derek's phone shows a mysterious call from the unknown 15 minutes before Maria's bank account suddenly has $50,000 to she's got a $50,000 payday, and Elias has a key card duplicate that works on the estate security system. You're not going to confuse me. If Derek did it, he poisoned his father in desperation, and the USB theft was staged, covered up. No. If Maria did it, she was paid off from an outside group, maybe a corporate expunge. That doesn't make any sense. If Elias did it, he orchestrated everything to steal Project Nova and remove Victor. That makes the most sense. Wildcard ending, a fourth unseen player, an outside mercenary killed. Why would he? Why? Okay, this is bugging me. Ooh. She got $50,000 though, guys. $50,000 is in her bank account out of nowhere the day. That's something, man. Or she got paid off. This deposit is going to get me here. We already know Elias can get in, though. He's his business partner. Derek's phone has an uncall. That doesn't mean anything to me. The USB is very important. So let's go through it real quick. I'm going to go ahead and say, if you could build a case for each suspect, interview, evidence, reports, text messages. Want me to prep suspect files? Yes, because we're not done. All right, here we go. Let's get more information because we haven't made it. I can't, right? Like, why would they? That's the point. She's getting paid and she's in the house. There's two major things here. She's in the house. She's got paid, right? The son has nothing to do with it. In my opinion, the son has absolutely nothing to do with this. The son has no reason, even if he's cut out of the will, there's no reason for this. The main culprit has to be the business partner for so many reasons. And why would they steal the military grade tech AI? Okay. This is our guy right here. I'm telling you. 49, co-founder of Hale Technologies, brilliant but resentful of Victor's ruthless business cuts. Cut out of $1 billion government deal. The government deal was the military USB. The alibi, he stayed downtown at the Regal Hotel all night. He could have slipped out easily. Contradiction, he has a $45 gas purchase near the Hale Estate at 1055, which is right before the Gap. Okay, now again, he's on the other side of town, so he probably was on the other side of town and he had to drive across town, which would have cost him $45 in gas. Are you with me? Are you with me? What do you think? I'm feeling like this is definitely giving me actually that's a whole that ties all three of them in. So the son comes in. Okay, well, let's just keep going. Okay, we'll finish this up because I don't want to spoil it. And sometimes I'll be like, just tell me who did it. Okay, suspect file 2, Maria. Background, 38, loyal housekeeper for 5 years. Recently caught skimming petty cash. Motive, Victor planned to fire her this week. Claims that she was cleaning the guest wing during the murder. No one can confirm that. And fingerprints on the poison glass. She said it was from earlier washing. Evidence drops bank record, 50,000 wired to her bank account yesterday from a shell company, Iron Group Ltd. Text from a friend, deleted, recovered. If I get this money, I'll finally be free of this place. Cyanide, kitchen check, cyanide found in the cleaning closet under the locked box. She said, I've never seen that before. Who just has effing cyanide in the freaking kitchen? Are we kidding me? Oh, good question. So who just has a box of cyanide? What are we talking about here? Yeah, the wire. Okay, but let's think about this. The wire, yeah, it's a no. I'm getting all over the place here. Okay, let's go to the sun, and then we'll keep going. Background is he's 24, college dropout, bitter over being cut out of his inheritance. Wanted money for a failed startup. Says he was drinking with friends, left the bar around 11. He definitely would have had enough time. Yes, Uber dropped him near the estate 11:20. His own boots matching muddy prints near open window. Now, again, he could have been drunk, but the gap was at. Hold on. We're going to go back. The gap was from 11:30 to 12. So exactly 30 minutes. He gets home at 11:20. Gosh dang it. This is throwing me off. Yes. It's looking like it's going to be at a double right now. His own boots matching. Phone log, mysterious call from unknown at 11:32, 15 minutes before, lasted 42 seconds. Oh, so he answered it. Same brand and size as Derek's hiking boots. Email draft unsent. You ruined my life, Dad. Tonight I make it right. Oh, gosh. What the frick? Okay. Mystery evidence to escalate tension in midstream. Missing USB. Project Nova contains classified AI military research. Could be worth billions. He got cut out of that. Security footage gap. We already know that. Someone did it with an inside key card. And shadowy figure reported. The groundskeeper swear he saw someone tall in a raincoat leaving through the woods at 11:50. If Elias is guilty, he used the key card to disable the cameras, poison the drink, and staged a robbery to take Project Nova. That doesn't make any sense because he wouldn't take Project Nova. I don't even know if he knows what that is, and he wouldn't know what to do with it even if he stole it. So that doesn't make any logical sense to me. He seems like the least one out of here. Because why would he want the USB? That doesn't make any sense to me. Right? What's he going to do with it? Maria took bribe from Orion Group to kill Victor. Money in her account proves it. That makes the most logical sense. But then Derek is guilty because he's rage-filled, used the boots to sneak in, poison drink, but the USB theft was an accident. Why would he accidentally steal it? Wild card, the unknown real killer, corporate spy who bribed Maria, manipulated Derek, and framed. What's with the wild card? Yes, I want to see all of it. Show it to me. Visual evidence kit at the murder of the Ashwood Estate. Board meeting transcript, plain Word doc, PDF file. Hail Technologies to the internet, bold and quote, if you push me out of this deal, Victor, I'll bury you, Elias. He's obviously pissed off. Bank statement, fake Chase Bank of America statement, show 50,000 deposit from Orion Group Ltd. Circle the transaction and red for emphasis. And then an email check, screenshot of Gmail, Outlook. Subject, I can't take this anymore. The body, you ruined my life, Dad. Tonight I make it right. Timestamp 10:57 and it's unsent. What? Maybe he took it. Yeah, he's going to sell it. Maybe he took it for Elias. I'm getting really out of here. And then the phone log there, it's smartphone screenshot with call history, has an unknown 42-second call. Oh, gosh. Crime scene photo. Glass with poison. A photo of a whiskey tumbler tipped at the study desk and a small evidence tag. The safe door ajar with a USB missing. Okay, so this person had to know the safe code to get in. Right? And remember, right now, we've just broken down. So this is what we get as evidence. We're now the detectives, and this is our evidence that we get to see. So we have all of this stuff here to continue to look at it. Muddy, oh my gosh, the muddy prints, close up of muddy footprints near an open window and a flashlight glare. Okay, I don't need your to make it more of a scene. Stormy estate. Okay, you're really just establishing a visual. I don't need you to do that for me. Okay. We've got arrows and everything. Elias, we got it all. Victor Hale with the 1147 circled. Ooh, what do you guys think? We have two options here. We have two freaking major options here. I need you guys, we either keep asking for evidence. I think we're at a point where we have enough on each three of them. We know that the business partner was completely cut out of it. We know whoever did it was inside. So I'm almost thinking somehow that the business partner would have either worked with someone or is out. The son is now even more of a culprit, but what would he do with that? Maria would have had the opportunity, right? What's her name, right? Maria Lopez would have had the number one way to maneuver through the entirety, know the safe code, and get out. That is the only thing. She could have poisoned him, but then the prince. Huh. All right, I need a consensus on this one because we're gonna have to set up for another one. We can either ask for more evidence, but I think we're at a point. It says, "Do you want me to make you all the text props?" No, I don't need all of that stuff. Maria set it up for someone. Maria helped a business partner. She gave him the code. That's a good point. Okay. I need the chat to give me 1, 2, or 3. Okay. Your ones, all my ones are going to be Elias. Okay. That's subject 1. See, he's on the screen. 1. I need a 1 for Elias, 2 for Maria, or 3 for the son because I am scrolling too fast and I don't know where he went. Give me 1, 2, or 3. If I get the consensus, I'm going to put it in. I'm going to say I know who it is. We got 3s. 3s. 1, 2, 3. 2s. 2s. 1 and 2. Ooh. Okay. We're going to go with Miss Kelsey today. And I'm going to say, I'm just going to ask it what it did. We already know what we believe. I'm going to go ahead and tell you my theory here. And I'm going to sound a little silly here, but I think that the son is innocent. I think that the business partner set it up with Maria, and that is all that makes sense. So I'm just going to ask, just tell me who did it. It was Elias Stone. He got cut out. He had the strongest motive. He lied about his alibi at the gas station. Only he had the duplicate card. He shut down the security cameras. He poisoned Victor's drink, matches Elias's access in the study that night. And the robbery obviously was a cover because he stole it for himself. He poisoned him during the storm staged at the safe break-in and slipped away while everyone was causing it. My gosh. That is not what I thought. I definitely thought Maria. Where'd Maria get the 50 grand from? What's Maria doing over there? Who's wiring her 50 thou? But she didn't seem like she had any reason. Huh. I know, right? That is not what I thought was going to happen. Man. All right, I'm going to ask for a new one. So let's ask, give me some more. Whoa. Case options. All right, we got some new ones for you guys. That one, you want me to ask about the money? She was stealing. I really thought that they were going to be a back and forth tandem, but I really thought that they were working on it together. Okay, let's keep going, guys. So our next options, the Phantom of the Red Harbor. Okay, a fishing boat returns to a port unnamed. A crew of 6 vanished overnight. Captain's log stops abruptly at 3:14. Distress call recorded, never sent. One boot still warm, left on deck. The midnight library fire, a historic library, burns down, but investigators find accelerant cans hidden in the archives. Or the bleeding violinist, I can't say that. I know it's a violin, but violinist. A famous violinist collapses on stage mid-performance, blood on her gown, later confirmed murder. That one sounds interesting to me. A desert bones, a shallow grave discovered in the Arizona desert, skeletal remains and the modern jewelry clues. That's crazy. And then the last one, the last broadcast, a late night radio host vanishes mid-show and the audio cuts out after he says, "They found me." Oh, you guys got to let me know. What's up, big dog? Glad you can make it. So what we're doing right now, if you guys are new to the stream, we're just trying something fun. We're doing game night for I call it family fun night for us. You guys let me know. Okay, I'm going to give you the options again. One is the Phantom of the Harbor, the fishing one. The library fire is 2. Bleeding violinist is 3. The desert bones is 4. And the last broadcast is 5. I need a number. So just do 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay, I'll keep scrolling for you just so you can see it. 1 is Phantom, 2 is library, 3 is violinist, 4 is desert, and 5 is going to be our last broadcast. I'm messing with 5. I like 5. I also like 4. 4 is interesting, and 3 is really interesting. So 3 and 5 got my attention. What do you think? I see lots of 5s. You guys like the 5? I don't know. I see a lot of 5s. Let's go. Oh, I like the 5. The 5 is just so ridiculous. I need to know what happened in 5. All right, let's go for 5. We're going to keep going. We'll do a couple more of these together. All right, let's do the last broadcast. All right, here we go. Oh, I likes this. Case file, the last broadcast. Daniel Cross is 44, occupation, midnight radio host for Channel 89, The Nightline, damn. The last words on air, "They found me." Status, presume missing and presumed dead. The crime evidence, small town radio station, soundproof studio locked from the inside. The evidence is studio door locked with key still inside, microphone still live until 12:08 when static cuts in, script pages on the desk with certain words circle: corruption, truth, silence. Oh, we already know this guy got taken by a group. Cigarette burning in the ashtray, never smoked, and security footage goes black at 12:01. Okay, so we have no idea what's going on over here. All right. Suspects: Jackie Voss, ex-co-host, fired 6 months ago for misconduct, blames Daniel. Motive: revenge for career ruin. Alibi: claims that she was in another city doing a podcast live. Okay, that one's a solid thing. You can't fake a live podcast in another city. So that's number 1. Suspicion: hotel Wi-Fi logs don't show her logging on when she claimed. Okay, well, Colby, shut up. Councilman Frank Avey, politician, 55, recently exposed by Daniel for shady real estate deals. I feel like we already know who it is. Motive: silence Daniel before that aired the big reveal. Alibi: claims when he was home with his wife, but admits he admits he briefly left at midnight and he went dark at 12:01. That's a thin gap. His house to the station would be ridiculous. And suspicion: his phone pinged. Oh my gosh, I heard the freaking dryer went off and it scared me to death. Suspicion: his phone pinged at the tower 2 miles from the station. All right, it's Councilman Frank. I don't even need to ask the question. The Eclipse Group, conspiracy circle, cult-like group Daniel often mocked on air. Motive: believed that Daniel was decoding their symbols on air. Alibi: unknown secretive group. Suspicion: anonymous letter sent to the station 2 weeks earlier. The voice must go quiet. Ooh. Guys, I'm telling you, this gets my brain just freaking, what the frick? Oh, dude, that freaking dryer just now, when we're in this intense mode, I'm not like scared, but that dryer just came off because they got taken on air. And I am live with you guys right now. And if I get taken, somebody better Liam Neeson my ass, because you better come get me. Because that scared me. I mean, I'm a fight though. So I got my freaking box cutter from earlier. So I'm not really that scared, but that's crazy. So he said they found me the cult right. But the councilman is the number one. And here's why I think it. It's way too, what's the word? He's got too much of an important thing. I guess the cult group though, right? They've found me though. They've found me. What frick what? You're not going to come get me? If I was taken, I'd be Liam Neeson. All right, so let's go to the twist and the drop turning the stream. Daniel's voicemail recovered a distorted voice whispers, "This is your last night." Jackie's hotel receipt shows a checkout at 11:30 p.m., not morning as claimed. It's not Jackie. Daniel's laptop autosave doc titled "The Avery Files" as encrypted attachments. Old news clippings. Councilman Avy's brother went missing 20 years ago, last seen outside the same station. The groundskeeper says he found a strange coin with the eclipse symbol. Ugh. Yeah. I mean, who leaves a coin behind as a mark? I don't know if, I mean, that coin there, you don't just find cult coins, okay? We don't collect cult coins out here. And there's no shot that that just sat there. You know? But the councilman could have framed the group. That's another good point. Let's ask for more. I need more info. Let's continue to dig. Oh, I'm getting into it. It's the councilman, though. I'm calling it right now. I am calling the councilman here. And if I'm wrong, I knew it the second I read it, but I could be wrong. And I'm okay with that. So he was the voice of the people, loved by listeners, hated by the people in power. But the cult coin could be a staged thing to make it look like the cult, right? This councilman has got his ways. The councilman has got a way to frame, and that's where we'll leave that. Okay. Now, they don't want you to know the truth, but I have the files, and tonight they've found me. So he was about to expose the councilman. And then they got him. The studio door is locked from the inside. Key still unlocked. No sign of forced entry. Script pages. Certain words circled in red. Corruption, truth, silenced. Avery. Isn't the councilman's last name Avery? Hold on. Councilman Avery. It's over. I called it from the beginning. It's Avery. It's Avery. Oh, I went too far. Sorry. Okay. Avery was circled on it. Okay. Then cigarette burned down in the ashtray, but Daniel didn't smoke. Someone went in there and put a friggin' random non-smoked cigarette in there. Clock on the wall stopped at 12:04. Why? I'm telling you right now, it's the councilman. Don't play with me. Yes, that's a great point. Yeah, you're live on air, and they found me. And he already had an exposure for the councilman about to come out on live, right? This is the weird thing, though, right? So you go out here, emergency exit, propped open, slightly muddy footprint inside. Why is it always muddy? There's not that much damn mud in the city. Weird element, a coin with the eclipse symbol was left on the desk. Now, that is a fraudulent leaving of evidence. That is not that is the whole point. They want to throw you off there. Okay? BS. I'm telling you right now. That was just to throw you off. It has nothing to do with anything. Okay? Jackie Voss is a 39-year-old sharp tongue with Was Daniel's co-host for 6 months. We already know this. Public oh wow, she was humiliated, career destroyed, podcast flopping. Alibi claims she was recording her own show in another city. Wi-Fi shows no connection at the broadcast time. Receipts show that she checked out at 11:30 hours earlier than claimed. Suspicious behavior. Security guard saw a woman in a hoodie near the station around midnight. Oh gosh. Councilman Avery is 55. Wealthy local politician. Daniel was about to expose him for rigged land deals, destroy evidence before Daniel went public. Claims to have been home, but his wife later admitted he left the house around 11:45 for a drive. Yep, that's him. Contradictions. His phone appeared near the tower. We already know this. Daniel's laptop have a half-written file titled The Avery Files. Okay. Avery's brother went missing 20 years ago, last seen at the same radio station after confronting Daniel's father, also a radio host. Huh. The brother went missing, though, after confronting Daniel's father. So that doesn't make any sense. What happened to Daniel's father? And what happened to the brother? Because in this scenario, it looks like Avery went at Daniel's. There's a lot of people in this. The Eclipse Group, a secretive group in town signed symbols, odd rituals, claims silencing voicings, and Daniel mocked them often. Daniel revealed their hidden symbols on air last month. Unknown, secretive, they don't do paper trails. Anonymous letter was sent to the station 2 weeks ago. The voice must go quiet. The problem is it doesn't make that anonymous letter, you have to understand, does not mean that it came from the cult group. Okay? Yes, this is fictional, guys. We are just having fun. We're just engaging our brains in something on our fun Friday. We're just enjoying this, I promise. Let me know what you guys are thinking right now, because I am telling you the anonymous letter does not mean anything. Unless the coin came with the letter, the voice must go quiet. Very clearly, Avery. Witnesses saw 2 figures in raincoats slipped into the woods after midnight. Damn, groundkeeper, what were you doing? You watched a woman in a hoodie come around midnight, and then 2 figures slipped into the freaking woods at midnight, and you're just watching? Extra evidence to drop midstream. The voicemail at 10:41 left himself a note. Something happens to me tonight. Check the files on my drive. USB drive was missing. His encrypted evidence drive is gone. The fingerprint on the cigarette matches none of the suspects, possibly a fourth party. The cigarette has nothing to do with it, but he doesn't smoke and he was alone. Radio station logs, someone used a master key to access the building 15 minutes before the blackout. Oh, the only person that might have access to that is the lady. And a listener calling a fan claims they heard whispering under the statics during Daniel's cutoff. Ending options: Jackie, Avery. No, you tell me who it was. Okay, what do you guys think? We've got enough evidence at this point to make a decision. The groundskeeper is definitely sketchy. If he was a suspect, I would say it's him, because dude watched everybody come over. The brother coming out of nowhere is possible. His brother disappeared 20 years, but he's gone for 20 years and he comes back for the son? I don't know. You think Jackie came through, used a master key? You have to remember, she was, though, kicked out, so I don't know if she'd have access to it. Yeah, the groundskeeper's got multiple witnesses here. The groundskeeper's like, bro, I saw this lady in a hood. I saw Batman come through here, and you said nothing? The brother could have been in the cult. The brother's just such a far stretch for me, because the Avery thing, but the name Avery is a big deal because it's also the brother's name, the last name. The councilman also went for a drive. It's the councilman. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Prism. We are literally detectives tonight, working our brains. We are in the middle. We are knee deep in a case right now, and we are trying to figure out what's going on with my guy over here. And I already forgot his name. Daniel, right? David, Daniel, someone. But I'm telling you, it's definitely, without a doubt, the councilman. It's Councilman Frank. There's absolutely almost no other reason why. Okay, I'm going to ask who it was. Tell me who it was and how they did everything. Oh, I said they. Okay, how they did everything. Tell me. The councilman, Frank Avery. That's called a freaking shot from half court because I knew it the second I read it. All right? He had the Avery files. Exactly how it happened. Avery knew Daniel had the Avery files on the USB. It was about to reveal his land fraud on air. He left his house at 11:45. He drove to the station. Getting in, Avery had a master key to the building from his brother's time working there years ago. Oh, yeah, he had a 20-year-old key that still worked. I'm sure that's real. He slipped inside 15 minutes before the blackout, avoided cameras with this guy straight Batman. Studio, he entered through the side door. Daniel was live mid-sentence. Avery lit a cigarette to calm his nerves, set it in the ashtray. Okay, but why wouldn't he have, if he lit a cigarette, he would have had fingerprints on that. And he confronted Daniel, forced him to hand over the USB, and warned him to drop the story. It's a murder abduction. Daniel refused. Avery poisoned him quickly with a drug drink he brought in a flask, then staged the static cut by yanking wires. What? Daniel's last words were, "They found me," after realizing Avery and his men had broken through. You never said men. Avery carried through the emergency exit, leaving muddy footprints in the rain. Misled investigators, Avery planted a coin of the eclipse symbol on the desk, trying to blame the cult. He drove Daniel away in a black SUV. He saw 2 raincoats, Avery and his driver, and Daniel's laptop was left behind, but the encrypted evidence was gone. That was something. They never mentioned anybody else. Some of that stuff I think just got a little bit out of point. But I'm telling you, I like calling it early. I like to call it early. You call it from the very beginning. Yeah, what was with the drink, though? He made him drink a poison drink with his henchman? I think ChatGPT is just having a hard time making a decision on himself. I don't know about that one. He walked in with a flask and then made him drink it and then took him. I don't know. That was just it never said anything. Because he was live, so he said, "They found me," pulled the cords and said, "Drink this," made him drink it, and then I don't know. That wasn't what it was. All right, you guys want to run one more? I'm going to ask it to make it a little bit more difficult. And you guys pick the case. And they never explain why the brother disappeared either. And he worked, so I didn't understand the context there. I didn't know that the Avery's guy, the brother, like worked at the station. I didn't understand that. Should I ask more questions? What context do you guys want to know? I'm going to ask it. What happened? It's going to make it up on the spot, but at least to Avery's, I don't know how to spell Avery's brother. Thomas Avery, disappearance at 27, vanishing junior technician. What happened is that he had a strange financial record tied to Frank's early political rise, and he confided in Daniel's father. Before he could blow the whistle, Thomas vanished, leaving the late night shift at the station. What? Frank knows if I don't make it. So he went and got his brother. Rumors swirled that Frank used the Eclipse group to cover his tracks and acted as the boogeyman scapegoat for anyone who vanished while digging too deep. This is why the Eclipse coin was left on Daniel's desk, and Frank has done the trick before. Thomas was silenced by his own brother. His disappearance was buried as cult activity, and Daniel links between Thomas and old knows Frank's current corruption. So he went at him 20 years ago for the same thing. Yeah, we needed closure on that one. The brother disappearing. Next time we do this, we're going to ask for more questions at the end. Because I don't like when it doesn't tell me what's going on. That pisses me off. Like, you got to explain it. Okay. I think we're done with this one. Let's rock one more, at least. I got to know. That one bugged me. I really knew who it was, but sometimes it's hard because they give you so many little tiny pieces of things that would make sense. So don't overthink it. Yes. So he did. He did. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. This is why we do this, man. You know, we talk about stuff that this is this is tough. This like the things we talk about on this channel are good and hard, but sometimes we just need to have fun. I thought this is something me and Kelsey did, and it was actually really engaging and just kind of get your brain on and you're just having fun. All right, let's do another one. I need a case that is let's try this. Give me a case. I type very slowly. That is more. We want to do. You know what? Let's do this. Give me new cases. And I'm going to ask it after to make the one that we choose to not be easy. Okay. All right, here we go. We've got some new cases here. We've got 5 new ones. We've got the widow's game. A wealthy widow is found dead at her mansion's chess table, a chessboard mid-game. Her queen piece is missing. Ooh. The carnival killer. A man is stabbed in the middle of a bustling carnival and no one notices until the lights go out during the Ferris wheel's finale. Okay. Echoes in the asylum. Abandoned psychiatrist hospital slated for demolition. Workers found a fresh body chained to the basement. That one's already got me wondering. The Disappearing Act. A famous magician vanishes in his Las Vegas headline trick and never returns. Or the silent bells in a small village. The church bells always ring at midnight, suddenly fall silent. The bell ringer is found hanging inside the tower. This is wild. This is crazy. These ones are way, way, way too much. Holy crap. Okay, let's go. I think the carnival one, I'd feel like would be easy. Once you kind of break it down, I could completely be wrong. The echoes of an asylum are crazy. I don't know if the Disappearing Act, I mean, that's kind of crazy. 5 and 3, 2, 3, 5 got me. What do you got? Give me a number. 2, 3, 5. We got lots of 3s. I mean, we got lots of 3s. I'm not kidding here. 3 or 5. 1s, 5s, and 3s. 5s, 3s. All right, we got lots of 3s, man. This one just, I don't know why, but it's just interesting. But the only thing is, I don't know. Asylum. All right, you guys really want to scare me. All right, we're going to go. What's that one called? I'll do it. If anything happens over here, I just don't really want to mess with it. Oops. Okay, there we go. All right, here we go. Setting, Ashwood Asylum, built in 1911, abandoned since the 80s. After the report of the abuse experiments, they now call the Hollow, recently scheduled for demolition. Workers entering for the first time in decades found a fresh corpse chained in the basement. The victim, Jared Monroe, 29, an urban explorer, ran a popular YouTube channel. Okay, turn it off. That's it. Thanks, guys. We had a great night. Appreciate you. And ran a popular YouTube channel. A blunt force trauma to the skull chained to a rust bed frame. Creepy detail, he was dressed in the silent patient uniform, but the tag with the modern recreation not original. Journal on the floor, the whisper through the vents. Don't let them hear you. Basement door is locked, but not by me. So he's writing as he's going through it. Chains. So chains, recently purchased hardware is not relics. So obviously someone's in there doing stuff like this. Door, fresh pry marks. Someone broke in within the last 2 weeks. Yep. Security spray paint workers tagged the walls to mark demolition areas. One says not alone, written by the workers. Camera tripod, victims. Camera is missing. Okay, so I thought this is an abandoned spot, and we've got some serious stuff going on here. Okay. Eleanor Price is a former nurse, used to work at the Ashridge before it closed, obsessed with preserving its history. Her motive believes outsiders disrespect the dead, may have snapped when Jared filmed inside. Alibi, she claims she was home, but neighbors saw her leaving in her old station wagon around 10 p.m. the night before the discovery. Suspicion owns several vintage Asylum uniforms she bought from estate sales. Okay, this lady, Eleanor. The hell are you doing, Eleanor? I smell something weird about you. Okay. 2, Spectre, paranormal investigator number 30, or not number 34. He's 34. Online ghost hunter often clashed with Jared for views. Motive rivalry, wanted to scare Jared or stage paranormal content. Alibi claims he was streaming at the cemetery live. Logs show activity, but timestamp evidence suggested pre-recorded. Police found his fingerprints on the old entrance and the lock of the asylum. He could have easily gone to the asylum. I'm not sure if I feel this guy. I don't know. What do you guys think? This is definitely, I don't know. And Victor Crane. Wow, that's a name. Bought land for the demolition and new condos. Motive, wanted to scare off demolition crews to delay permits, profiting from the delay tactics. Says he was in a business dinner. Credit card confirms, but time shows allows 1 hour gap. Suspicion his construction company ordered chains identical to the ones found on Jared. Why would he break into his own spots? That doesn't make any sense. Twist, during the stream, Jared's missing camera footage recovered the last 30 seconds. Show him screaming, "Who's there?" before the camera falls. Handwritten in the journal matches Eleanor Price. Hello. Thank you. Where is she? Where are you, Eleanor? Because I knew it was your ass. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Deleted text on the Spectre's phone. Let me give him a real scare tonight. Sent to an unknown number. Blueprints of the asylum basement found in Victor Crane's office. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't matter. Victor is out here and he's going to make his money. So yeah, he's got the blueprints. Eleanor is nuts. Thank you. Right as I said that, it's Eleanor. She buys asylum things from the auctions and wants to preserve the whole thing. She went in there and she knew exactly how the layout is. She broke in. She wrote down in his journal. That's wild. It's definitely Eleanor. She's nuts. She took off in her station wagon and she was ready to go. But she could be too obvious. It's not Victor Crane because he's obviously, that's just wild. That just seems way too out of here. He doesn't need to do that. Try to have a fake haunting and spook, but then killed someone. That makes zero sense. The ghost hunter guy could have tried to scare him or make it really scary. I think Eleanor, yeah, let's get this transcript. I got to get this. I'm just going to say yes. Just give me what you got. All right. The video begins. Shaky flashlight beam across the peeling asylum walls. Let me put my narration on here for you. Okay. Now, I know we're all saying Eleanor, but what if we get twisted in here? Exactly. All right, let's slow it down. All right, guys, we're in the lower wing now. This part has been sealed for decades, and you can smell the rot. Camera pans. Old rusted bed frames, graffiti, and water dripping. Place is colder down here. That's not my imagination. It's freezing. He swings the flashlight and reveals the door, fresh pry marks. Jared whispering, "This wasn't what the blue in the blueprints. Someone's been down here recently." The door pushes open with a loud creak, and inside, chains clinking faintly. Jared shaking voice. "What the hell? These chains look new." Camera shakes as his head bends, pointing at the modern metal links. Someone set this up. This isn't an old asylum equipment. Suddenly, the noise of the heavy clanging in the distance. Jared freezes. "Hello? Who's down there?" Camera swings wildly, flashlight catching movement in the darkness and a faint silhouette at the end of the hall. No. I'm not down here. I'm not alone down here. Footstep rush closer. Jared drops the camera. Angle shows ceiling boots entering the frame. Who's there? What do you want from? Boom. Gone. What do you think about that? Boots. You think Eleanor had boots? That's a good point. But he wanted to scare him. Scaring someone and taking them out the way that they did, that's two different things, right? Holy crap. You that competitive? I don't know, man. And has Eleanor got a gear that we didn't know about? I don't know. We got to figure this out. We're going to make it. So he's got a video. Someone comes after him for sure. Someone broke in. Remember, broke in. Eleanor would not have access, but Victor would have access. So Victor doesn't need to break in. Okay? Victor doesn't need to break in at all. But Eleanor would. Okay? Eleanor would have to break in, and so would the other guy who is there. I think Eleanor is the one. I have said this from the beginning. Because Victor has he bought the land and he owns it and he just doesn't want anybody to tear it down. So that doesn't make sense to me. But the thing is, if Eleanor did work there and she did need to break in because they would wall it off, right? They would not let it just be open and that she might not be able to have access. It's still possible. Now she's obviously super. What do we want to do here? Because if I say, let's see if we can just get more clues. Give me more clues, you jerk. I don't need more creepy details. Okay, physical evidence. Blood was smeared on the wall, found on the basement door, matches Jared, but there's a second unidentified blood type. Raises a question, did Jared injure someone before dying? Keyring, set of old asylum keys found in Jared's pockets, so he didn't need to break in. None matched a locked basement door, suggesting someone else had a real key. You were right about the keys. Discarded glove, latex glove. Behind a rusted cabinet, forensics trace the chloroform on the inside. Ooh, what the frick? Found Victor Crane, construction permit comment found in Victor Crane's office basement section, circled and red, note scribbled, delayed demolition until site cleared. That doesn't mean anything to me. I don't think that matters at all. Deleted text from Spectre's phone. Let me give him a real scare tonight. Meet at the side entrance. Ooh. Meet. Jared's YouTube draft. The secrets of Ashwood's Asylum. They lied to us. Thumbnail shows the frame with a hooded figure in the background. Eleanor's search history. How long before blunt force trauma leaves lividity and vintage asylum uniforms for sale? Do we need to really say too much more? But what about the chloroform? Maybe ChatGPT's having a hard time because where the frick did the chloroform come from? And why was the blunt force trauma? Oh, man. Witnesses' accounts, security guard. There's always a guard who's watching everything that happens, apparently. Claims he had two people came in with hoodies at the asylum grounds at 11 p.m. It's always these guards, man. What the is your job? Can we stop and talk about that? Do you do your job? What the hell are you doing? You watching your phone? You saw two dudes walk in with hoods and you thought, yeah, go ahead and check it out. You guys go ahead. I know you might be scared, but you're the security guy. How about that? My gosh. I don't understand that. Thought they were the demolition crew. Yeah, no, they just came in with hoods at 11 p.m. to demo. That's fine. That's normal. Neighbor of Eleanor Price, the nurse, saw her station wagon leave late at night. She had a mannequin in the back, or at least looked like one. My gosh. Eleanor is just digging holes. Dig them up. Dig them. Demolition worker heard change dragging 2 nights before the body was found, even though the site was supposedly empty. It could just be someone who was literally there. They never left. Ooh, what if it's just an asylum guy? What if we're not even thinking, we're thinking too close to the vest? What if someone never got out of the asylum and lives there and is crazy and lives in the asylum? We never thought about it. Let's go back to it. Graffiti. They never left. Sprayed and tacky recently done. Jared's journal sketch, rough drawing of the tall figure with hollow eyes. When did he have time to rough draft that? When the hell did he do that? And on Jared's mic, distorted voice, stay with us. Forensics confirm it's a real human voice, not an audio glitch. Okay. I have a new theory, and this is gonna go crazy. This wouldn't make sense though, now that I just worked it through my brain, but I'm gonna say it out loud. Okay. The two friends come to scare the guy who's the competing YouTuber, comes to scare Jared. Someone gets and unalives Jared, and then they find him and they can't do anything about it. And then I don't know. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Because now this new evidence is stay with us. Eleanor is obsessed with the uniforms, creepy Google searches, and has a mannequin in her car. The ghost hunter did lure Jared there, fingerprints on Asylum lock. This guy doesn't really make sense. If Victor's doing it, oh man. What do you guys think, man? Do we have enough evidence? Do you feel that you have enough evidence to make a decision, or do we need to ask for one more round? Because I'm really conflicted at this point. You guys are saying, what if it's Spectre and Eleanor together? Okay, you want me to ask? What if, okay, not what if. Do Spectre and Eleanor know each other? Yes. Oh, damn. You guys were right. What the frick? Spectre and Eleanor do know each other. The past 2 years, Spectre interviewed Eleanor for his paranormal channel. She gave him a tour of the silent ground, so that's why his handprint's there. Trespassing, talking spirits still trapped there. Okay, the video puts up thousands of views, and Spectre kept exploiting her stories. Shared motive, Eleanor wanted respect for the asylum's history, and Spectre wanted content for his ghost hunting brand. They both agreed that Jared's exploring videos were mocking and disrespectful. Through Spectre still secretly envied Jared's larger following. The evidence linking them, the phone records. Spectre called Eleanor's landline late at night before Jared entered the asylum. The journal entry, Jared, nurse lady, and ghost guy. Why are they both here? Well, how would he have seen both of them? Suggests Jared saw them. He's just writing notes and vlogging. This part, the whole notes thing, he journal entered that. Why wouldn't it be on camera? Why don't you tell me that? The whole time he saw them? This pissed me off. Security guard statement, 2 hooded figures seen at 11 p.m. Could have been Eleanor and Spectre, not one person. They must have planned to scare Jared together. Eleanor supplied the uniform, old keys, Spectre setting up the haunting props. But things went wrong and Jared fought back. Blunt force trauma equals murder. Now each of the suspects, the other is going too far. This gives you 2 options. I don't want options. I want you to tell me what happens. What do you guys think? The journal entries bother me. I don't like that part. Yeah, exactly. No, it did, because it says it explained her thing. Well, okay, now we have to ask this question. We have to know, how was Jared killed? Because we don't have that answer. Well, apparently they're just going to tell me what it is. The Jeff Jared wrote, Spectre, the rival ghost hunter, messaged Jared through the burner account. If you want the real story of Ashwood, go tonight. Basement's been unlocked. Jared, eager for content, grabbed his gear and went. Yeah, that's smart. The trap. Eleanor Price, the ex-nerd, has slipped into the asylum earlier with Spectre. She dressed in one of her vintage patient in uniforms and brought chains. Together, they set up the basement to look like an active haunting, journals with scrawled writing, and creepy mannequin and chained bed frames. The encounter. Jared entered the basement around 11:40. He saw the signs of staging and realized someone was there. The camera picked up the faint sounds of chains dragging, Eleanor pulling one across the floor to scare him. Jared panicked. Jared panicked, swung his flashlight, and shouted, "Who's there?" The confrontation. Gosh dang it. Jared spotted Spectre. What is this? Dr. Seuss in the shadows, and an argument broke out. Jared, this is your sick idea of content. He lunged at Spectre, pushing him against the wall. The fatal blow. Eleanor panicked, grabbing a heavy, rusted pipe. She struck Jared on the back of his skull. Jared collapsed instantly, blood smeared across the wall when he fell. This explains a second unidentified blood type. No, it does not. What was the first one? Spectre was scratched in the struggle, leaving his DNA mixed in. Okay. The staging. Eleanor and Spectre realized he was dead. They dressed Jared in the vintage uniform to make him look like a ritual or ghost story come true. They chained him to the bed frame, wiped their fingerprints, and left his camera missing. The cover. Spectre panicked and deleted text, trying to frame it as just Jared exploring. Eleanor returned home but was seen with her neighbor, but was thought in a mannequin in her car, likely the uniform or props. They both hoped the asylum's reputation would confuse the investigators. Cause of death, immediate. Okay. Wow, man. Well, it didn't give us an option. That was freaking tough to say, man. I knew it was Eleanor. We knew it was her. We knew it was her from the beginning. What we didn't know is that there was going to be a freaking back and forth here. I had no idea this was going to happen. Spectre really disappointed me. All right, Spectre and Eleanor together conspired against Jared. They didn't really actually plan to kill him. They accidentally killed him because apparently Spectre got in a fight with Jared. Jared attacked him, and Eleanor was like freaking just knocked him with a lead pipe, and that's why she did that Google search. And so instead of fessing up, they actually went in there and they framed it to make it look like, because that place already has a scary history, that basically he just ended up that way with no evidence or no way to know why. So that was basically how it went down. It was Eleanor, though. It was Eleanor. She was the actual one, because all Spectre did was freaking come in here and help her. All right, you guys got one more in you, or are you good? I've enjoyed doing these with you guys, man. I like to have something fun for us to do on Fun Friday. Oh, we knew it. She's going on auction sites, getting the old uniforms. She's obsessed with that place. She doesn't want anything to happen to it. I think we knew. I didn't know Spectre. Spectre really just is now an accomplice. He didn't really do anything, and I don't think. I mean, what was her intention? What was her intention? Yeah, so they did it together, which is the first time, and you guys brought that up. I would have always gone for one person. I'm going to get in trouble for that. I know. I'm staying up late too because it's already 8 o'clock and I'm tired, and Kelsey likes to watch our shows. I like to watch our shows, but Fun Friday is so fun. I love doing these with you guys. Exactly, right? I mean, I did not expect that, though. I really would have said it was one of them. I wouldn't have put two of them together. That's the thing. It's like, give me the context here. Give me the context. Okay. You guys want one more? Give me a once in the chat if you want one more. We could go all night. I mean, I enjoy doing these. One more. Okay, we got ones. This is like family game night, man. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. We need one more case. Okay, this is what we're going to say. We need more cases and more complex. I'm scared I might not figure this one out. Okay, complex. Oh, here we go. This is going to be it. The Glass Tower Conspiracy. A crime billionaire tech mogul falls 80 stories from his skyscraper office, but the windows were unbroken and his keycard show he never left the building. Oh my goodness. The Crimson Masquerade. Wow, we're getting really into it. A lavish masquerade ball with a prominent senator is stabbed to death, but everyone was masked and the identities are hidden. Oh, that one's tight. That one's going to be tough if we do that one. The Silent Voyage. Wow, this is really fancy. A luxury yacht drifts ashore with all the passengers missing, but the dining table is set and food is half eaten. Where did they go? The Ashwood murders. I think we just did the Ashwood, right? Huh. Ashwood's back, huh? 3 people are found dead in different parts of the city the same night. Each has the same carved symbol on their wrist. We already know what that is. And a clockmaker's secret. An old clockmaker is found dead in his workshop. Every clock stopped at 3:15, a coded blueprint on his chest. Ooh, man. I immediately liked the mask one, man. The cruise one's those crazy. It's super different from what we've been doing. This one's crazy. This one's a code breaker one. This one's also its own code. The masquerade's dope. All right, let's go. Let's go. I need some numbers, guys. I don't know about 1. Clock guy, 3. A lot of people want 3. 3 is the silent. I think 3 looks cool too. It's different from what we've done. We've got 2s. Okay, we got lots of 3s. 5, 3. All right, we're going to rock 3. It's very different. Okay. We'll do the Silent Voyage. I don't know how we're going to figure this out. Here we go. The crime scene. A luxury yacht. The Seraphine drifts ashore on the California coast. Crew and guests, 12 people missing, presumed dead. The dining table is fully set. Food half eaten. Glasses still full. 1 lifeboat is missing and later found 10 miles away adrift containing a bloodstained oar, a woman's shoe, and a half-burned passport. Gosh. The victims are Charles Renner, host 58 billionaire investor under investigation for massive fraud. Linda Renner, wife 45, solicit and rumored to be planning a divorce. Crew of 6, captain, first mate, the chef, and the 3 deckhands, and guest 3 others, lawyer, banker, and 1 unidentified woman. Clues on board. The captain's log, the final entry. The weather's calm, sea steady, but the lights on the horizon. They're here. Oh boy. All right. So we know this guy is under investigation for massive fraud. Could have burned people. Blood on the railing near the stern leading down to the water. CZVT hard drive removed from security hub, but wiring shows have been taken by someone who knew the system. Inside job. Safe in the Renner's suite and open and empty contains missing, rumored to hold offshore account ledgers. It's the wife. She knows what she's doing. A weird detail, a cell phone on board collected in a locked drawer in the bridge. All cell phones were collected in a locked drawer in the bridge. Oh, all of them. Okay. They're really going to throw us in here quick. They're all gone too. Every single person's gone. That's this weird. Okay, the host is Charles Renner. His motive is facing indictment, worth more dead than alive. Insurance and hiding assets. Suspicion was planning 1 last voyage before charges hit. Secrets, his laptop recovered from the cabin shelf emails. If things go wrong, we disappear at sea. Oh boy. That's something right off the bat. Marco Salazar. Chef is he's 30. I keep saying number 33. He's 33 years old. Background, recently hired, fake documents found in his quarters. Motive could have been a plant for the cartel or rivals. Suspicion, fingerprints found missing in the CCTV hub wiring. Twist, his DNA also matched blood on the lifeboat oar. Linda Renner, the wife. Background, rumored to be divorcing Charles. Prenup leaves her with nothing. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Motive, stands to inherit the full estate if he's dead. That's a lot of motive. Suspicion, woman's shoe found in the lifeboat matches her size and her private text recovered. Tomorrow, everything changes. He won't control me anymore. We already know that 90% of the time it's the wife, but we have to keep going because we don't want to assume too quickly, even though I would already say it's her, but there's got to be more. The insurance policy, Charles took out a $200 million accidental death at sea coverage 1 week before the voyage. GoPro recovered belongs to one of the guests, shows shaky footage of a masked intruder on the deck at night, cuts out with screams. Anonymous bank transfer, 5 million wired to an offshore account in Macro Salazar's alias 2 days before departure. Burned passport belongs to Lydia Renner. A photo page ripped out. Was it staged? Audio distortion, radio log, faint transmission. Don't trust her at all. Oh, okay. Here's what I think. You can go with Charles faked it. He staged an appearance to escape. Okay. Lydia killed him, sabotaged a trip. The chef did it, or a wild card. Ooh, I think, here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say, right off the bat, I'm going to go ahead and think that the wife did it with someone else. He might have been planning that, which she knew. But because she knew that the husband would want to disappear, but what happened to the rest of the crew? That doesn't make sense. Why would everybody disappear? Even if you hired someone to take everyone out, why would you take out everybody? I guess no witnesses? It's confusing. Yeah, and who's the unknown woman? That's a great point. We're going to ask that. Let's break down the unknown woman on board. No record of her boarding the yacht officially. Crew list and the guest manifest both omit her name. Passport half burned in the lifeboat and her photo was ripped out. Only part legible, L. Isn't it her the other girl's name Eleanor though? Lydia. I called her Linda. Sorry, Lydia. Okay. Eleanor, Elise, Alara, etc. Cabin 4. She stayed in the unused guest cabin. Inside lipstick, stained glass, silk scarf, and a torn letter. You promised me it would be safe at sea. So obviously and looking like, okay, here's what I think. It's either, man, is Eleanor back? Gosh dang, Eleanor, get the frick out of the stories. You are a menace. Yeah, I know. Frick dis. You promised me you'd be safe at sea. Of course, someone's wearing a GoPro. In the final seconds before the screams, a woman voice yells, "Don't let them see me." A deckhand told his girlfriend that Mr. Renner brought a woman aboard at the last minute and told us to keep it quiet. Theories. She could be a secret lover. Why would he bring his secret lover on the boat? A boat is not a big place, but let's just play the game, I guess. Whistleblower, former employee of Renner's investment firm, possibly carrying files and evidence hidden in a missing safe. Her disappearance may be why why would he bring her on to kill her in front of everybody? And why did everybody go missing? Fixer/spy. She could have been sent by the government to watch Renner. I don't believe that. She said, "You told me it'd be safe at sea." This is obviously a personal connection. I'm going to go ahead and say that Charles Renner has a girl that he brought on board and was basically planning on running away with her. But the wife found out that he was going to run away and knew that she's not going to get anything if he runs away. So the wife found someone to take everybody out. But then that doesn't explain the boat. And where's the wife? And the wife wouldn't get the money if she didn't ever show up again. What the frick? Suspicious connections. The blood on the lifeboat or could be hers. DNA test confirm if it's female, but it's not Lydia. Okay, so it's her blood. She's E. Vega. Marco, the chef, had contact with E. Vega. She sent money. Lydia's text tomorrow changes everything. Oh, wow. Yes. I want you. Here's what we're going to do. We need more information here. Let's get more information. Let's break down more info. I need more. I need more to make a decision here. Okay. So physical description, she's mid-30s, brunette, European accent. Wore expensive clothing, but carried a cheap canvas bag. Odd contrast. Don't know what that is. One crew member said she avoided cameras, turning away in photos. Who's taking photos of her? Half-burned passport with L. Original Spain. Photo ripped out. Suggests erasure of her identity. Cabin force silk scarf with perfume. Expensive brand. Paris origin. Wow, I feel so fancy saying half this crap. Paris origin. Silk scarves. She was a woman of class. Torn letter. You promised me to be safe. At sea, I can't go back. Who the hell is she talking about? Hidden USB under the mattress. Of course, corrupted. But the metadata shows financial spreadsheets. Oh, she was a woman of money. I can't go back. He said we'd disappear at sea. She says it'd be safe at sea. We can't go back. So I'm believing that she's with Charles. And the GoPro in the final recording, her voice says, "Don't let them see me before chaos breaks out." What? Connections to the suspects. Likely, Charles could have brought her on board secretly, possible a mistress or whistleblower, which I don't know. She can't go back, so why would she be a whistleblower? Missing safe contents could have been hers, and email on Renner's laptop draft on sent she's safer at sea than on land. What the frick? Yeah, I agree with you. Lydia, the wife, motive for sabotage increases if she discovers the woman was a mistress. But Lydia's private text could also mean that she is the unknown woman and the unknown woman were together against Charles. Ooh. I didn't think about this one. Maybe they're together working against him because Lydia gets nothing if Charles just disappears. She gets nothing. Shoe and the lipo could easily belong to either one of them. So they have the exact same foot size Cinderella. Marco the chef has a $5 million transferred to the alias of E. Vega, suggests Marco was working with her. So he got $5 million? Or Marco's got $5 million. As a chef? Oh, I'll go downstairs and start working on my food. $5 million? Could be partners in smuggling Renner's files off the yacht. His DNA is mixed with the blood on the life. Oh, this is so hard for me to say. The DNA mixed with the blood on the lifeboat, or maybe he fought to protect her or silence her. Elise, whistleblower. We already know it has to be Vega because it's V, Vega. Hilera Dupont, mistress, wealthy French. So I don't know how to say all this stuff. Rumored to have been seen with Renner in Monaco. Oh, could be the leverage against Lydia. Divorce motive plus insurance payout explains luxury items in the cabin, but the cheap bag. Oh, yeah, no. When you had an expensive bag, you would have been noticed with everybody on board, even though you're there completely uninvited. And Alina Cruz, fixer slash spy, operative planted. Investors, government recover. No, because they were talking about it. This has pissed me off. The DNA on the oar proves it's hers. Who? Who's hers? The cabin signs LR. Burned passport. Had fingerprints on edges. Marco's on the burned passport of the girl. He said she's safer here, so he's obviously aware of her, so it's not a spy. Because he planned for her to be there, and the USB meta shows that the recent edits of the IP address tied to Renner's law firm. What the frick is going on? Guys, I don't know what to trace this out to. Do you want me to lock in her identity as one truth so there's at least one real answer? Yes, I need that. I need to know. I need to know if she's one thing. We have to know who she is. All right, let's lock it down. She is Elise Vega, former senior accountant at Charles Renner's investment firm, discovered the evidence of his $300 million offshore fraud scheme, tried to go public, but Riffin offered her protection. Oh boy. So she agreed to meet him on the yacht and hand over the files for safe passage out of the country. Okay, here we go. So now we've got something. We've got something. Elise is on the boat. She got on board. She was willing to keep his secret after he fled. So now we at least have something. She gets out of here. The safe place is packed up in Renner's safe, or the Elise placed backup files in Renner's safe. The night is an appearance. The safe was open and emptied. Whoever took the files knew she had them. The lifeboat is missing with an escaped attempt. Her shoe and bloodstained oar. She fought off someone, likely Marco Chef, or the fixer sent to retrieve her, or half-burned passport was attempted to erase her identity. That's probably a good idea. Okay. So what happened to her? GoPro footage proves that she was alive during the chaos. Her voice, "Don't let them see me." Marco confronted her in the lifeboat. Struggle. She struck him with the oar. His DNA found. She was overpowered. Her blood on the oar suggests she was injured. Wow, everybody got hit in there. Vermont, 2 endings. She was killed. She escaped. I don't want you to ask me to do it. You're going to tell me what's going on here. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to throw my theory here. And I just have to do it based off the evidence here from what this is going down. Okay, she gets brought on board. He wants her, obviously, to disappear. We know that she's going to disappear at some point. Everybody disappears. That doesn't make sense because they were going to disappear. That was the plan. What happened is she needed to come on board. Charles needed her to go. And then the whole crew decided to abandon ship together and disappear because that's what Charles planned from the beginning. So the husband and wife never got in a fight. They stayed together. They made the plan and the crew agreed. They probably paid them off. They had to get rid of that girl. And then they made their escape, and then they let the yacht go on and just let it be what it is because they planned this early on. There's really no real reason that Charles would need, or the wife would need Charles to go if they stayed together and the money was still there. Even though she might not get it if he's gone, it wouldn't make sense for her to go after him for that reason. So I'm going to go ahead and ask for the question. Are you guys ready? Give me a theory before we do this. Any other theories outside of what I said? That just makes the most sense. I just feel like that makes the most logical sense to me because there's a pre-plan for them to leave. They had to do it. They all disappeared and that was the plan from the beginning, but they had to get rid of the last thing. They had to get rid of the last evidence of it. Are we ready to ask? Tell me the answer. Are you ready? The mystery was the unknown woman, Elise Vega. She was the whistleblower that had the evidence of Charles Renner's offshore. What really happened? Charles Renner invited Elise onto the yacht with the guise of protecting her. In reality, he planned to eliminate her at seas. The double cross. Marco Salazar, the chef, wasn't just crew. He was planted by the rival cartel who paid him $5 million to steal Elise's files. He removed the CTT, hard drive and waited for the right moment. The chaos at dinner. Elise realized she was being set up. She tried to escape with the files. That's why her food was half eaten. Argument broke out between Charles, Lydia, and Elise. The struggle. Elise fled towards the lifeboat with the USB. Marco intercepted her. They fought. The blood ended up on the oar. The DNA under her nails. In the fight, Lydia tried to intervene, but Elise was badly injured. The cover-up, Charles took the safe contents, the real ledgers, and ordered the lifeboat destroyed. Elise's half-burned passport tossed and to erase her identity. The guests of the crew were disappeared and likely forced into the sea to remove witnesses. The fate of Elise, she was killed during the struggle on the lifeboat. Her body was disposed overboard. They stage a ghost ship scene. Phones locked, dinner abandoned was Renner and Marco's way of confusing investigator. Charles Renner orchestrated the disappearance and covered up his fraud. Marco Salazar carried out the dirty work, eliminating Elise and erasing the evidence. And Lydia Renner knew the truth but stayed silent, waiting to inherit Renner's fortune. That was something. I didn't even think the chef really had anything to do with it. I knew that at some point there was an agreement there. I knew that there was some point where they got rid of it, but I didn't believe that it was the chef. The chef had nothing to do with it, in my opinion. But I forgot about the security cam stuff. I only forgot about that part, but I knew they disappeared together. So we got a little bit right. Guys, I love you. Thank you for being here for Fun Friday. I hope you guys had fun. I just feel like that stuff's enjoyable. I thought we'd just do something super different this time, super fun. And I just wanted to get our brains going, man. I had fun with you guys. I love hearing your guys' theories. They will continue. I love having these with you guys. I mean, it's so nice to do a change of pace for us and enjoy something, man. And I loved what we do. I love talking about what we talk about. I love being able to bring awareness and any kind of thing that I can do to help people and bring healing. But sometimes you just need to have fun and enjoy it. All of you guys who have subscribed to Pop Culture Poppy, those videos are coming out this weekend, and it's going to be a lot of fun uploads over there. I do have some serious debates over there for you guys too. So if you're interested, I have the channel posted on the community tab called Pop Culture Poppy, where we will be just discussing pop culture, movies, and fun stuff. Yeah, ChatGPT made it fun, man. Made it enjoyable. I appreciate you guys and love you. I had a lot of fun with you. I really enjoyed that. I needed to get some other things. Yes, there will be lives on that channel. There'll be lots of videos. There's gonna be lots of breakdowns. I told you guys one of the best ones I'm working on is going to be the Grease 1 and 2s, character breakdowns, things of that nature, just all kinds of stuff. So I just wanted to make sure that the heartbeat of this channel stayed where it was, and that was the channel that really dove into those other things that we talk about. And I brought them up on this channel, but that's where we're going to keep all the pop culture stuff, is over on that channel. Sweet dreams. Love you guys. Have a great night. Some of you guys might be just waking up or getting going, but love you guys, man. Appreciate you. I hope you had a good, fun Friday.